Hello Divinities, my name is Jason Simone and you're watching Awaken Comedic Divinity, where I provide tips for the newly awakened to help them build a better spiritual foundation. Today's video is on the 7 chakras, or at least the main chakras that are mentioned in the mainstream. I say that because there are more chakras throughout your body, and should you decide to get more into energy work, you'll further understand what I mean when I say there are more chakras in your body. For example, I'm going to go ahead and talk about like 2 of the chakras that I'm going to cover later, which are like in your palms. You have 2 chakras there. If energy work is your thing or your calling, then you'll definitely learn more about chakras then, but I'm just going to go over the basic 7 today. I do want to say, Divinities, I know this video may be a bit long, but please make sure you stay to the end because I will have some tips at the end that'll help you with balancing these chakras, okay? There is no actual scientific evidence to back up the presence of chakras in the body. However, they do correspond to certain areas in your body, which in a sense could support there being energy centers in your body. Like, you know how we have heat maps of the body and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not saying that like, if you look at a regular heat map, usually you only see like the outline of the person. You don't really see like the inside, the vertical line that goes straight down the center. And also, I doubt that they would show up as like colored wheels. But we'll go into that, like colored, like the colors of the chakras and stuff like that as we continue. Chakras come to us from Hinduism and East Asian alternative medicine practices. However, you do know your girl focuses on African spirituality, so this is where my African spirituality viewpoint comes in. Unfortunately, I do not have enough evidence at this time to support that the chakras had a system in Kemetic Egypt. I have been doing research on it, but I just do not have enough backing to support that there was a system such as that existed in Kemet, or at least across African spirituality as a whole. But if someone else has like contrary knowledge or contrary information, please go ahead and reach out to me, DM me, leave a comment below, and that way I can get some more information from you, because I do want to find and relate a lot of what I find in mainstream spirituality and, you know, your spiritual journey through the mainstream. Because I'm not gonna lie, you're probably gonna pick up things from the mainstream that will spur your interest to later go on a path on your own. But that is not to say that that information is not out there. And the reason I say that is because we do have astrology coming from Kemetic spirituality. So my understanding is that Kemetic spirituality, their astrology is very similar to Vedic astrology, which is practiced in Hinduism, some Eastern forms of astrology, whereas Western astrology is more tropical astrology. And I'll cover that another day, just because I'm still learning about astrology, but it is one of my top priorities to review. So I bet you're wondering, why should you study the chakras? You begin your spiritual journey, aside from jumping into mysticism, you've got occult, you got philosophical, you got metaphysical. And when I say metaphysical, I do not mean the actual scientific version of metaphysical. I mean the spirituality version. I say that because metaphysical science, like getting down to like the atoms and quantum physics, though there can be some comparison to like law of attraction and spirituality and metaphysics, they don't really line up, or there's not enough scientific backing for that too. So to me, they're still 2 different things. Unfortunately, like, they have the same title or name, and they get a lot of overlap. And to be honest, there does appear to be some sense of relation, but like I said, they haven't had any full scientific evidence to link spirituality, metaphysics with scientific quantum metaphysics. Okay? So that's all I want to say. I mean, I guess you could think of it as metaphysics being the term of quantum physics applied to spirituality, but like I said, though a lot of the ideas seem like a good idea, no actual for sure scientific relation. So that being said, energy work is something that I do believe that beginners should kind of get a knowledge on, because I remember as a beginner I was a little bit interested in it, but I didn't know where to start, and I want to be able to put this information out there so that you guys can be interested, know where to start, know where to go, what you're looking for. Also, it makes no sense to not tell you about energy work when, like, at least when you're finding yourself in spirituality, some people have the experience of already tapping into other energies to begin with, such as they may be empathetic, or they may be a healer of some sort, and so they are already sensing energies of people around them, or they get tired when they go into crowds, stuff like that. So I would be doing you guys a disservice if I were to not include the information about energy healing in this video, and just for beginners in particular, because I'm sure you're already sensing those energies, and also you need to be protected in some way, shape, or form. By not telling you about these energies or not giving you the information about these energies, you don't know how to protect yourself from like potential energy issues that could come up as you proceed through your journey. However, I will go over protection a little bit more in my spiritual protection video. So if I don't have that done yet, I'll eventually have it completed and linked up in the cards, so you guys will be able to get some ideas on spiritual protection. You guys will know what to do, because like I said, if you're in spirituality, you're probably already sensing energies. You probably already like have dealt with energy vampires and stuff like that. So this is an aspect I think that you guys should know. Another reason I bring up the chakras is because when you study the basics, it would make more sense to work with your own inner chakra system than like jumping straight into Reiki or getting into like basic Reiki, stuff like that. By working with your own energy system, not only are you getting a sense of the status of your own energy system, but you're also going to start to get a feel of just energies in general. Like you'll start to get familiar with those. I do see working with chakras as being foundational, so I cannot stress like studying these more in depth enough, and I will have more videos to come in the future which will go more into details about the 7 chakras, but this one is just a basic overall encompassing video of the 7 chakras that are located within your body. Now, like I said, science can't really prove chakras. There are more than just the main 7, and you have like your spiritual body, which also has corresponding chakras too. Chakras also end up relating to your aura. You may already be able to see auras. If you're not used to seeing aura, definitely recommend getting started on learning how to do that as well, because it does kind of help train you. Another foundational thing is seeing auras, so it does help to start to train you on seeing energy. And the auras, you start seeing the spiritual body, and it only makes sense to give you this information from a standpoint of learning the basic. Energy work is important because energy is how you charge items with your intentions, and how you essentially set your intentions, do your workings, even make use of other energies that may be out here in our environments, such as like working with the moon energy or working with astrology and the energy of the planets and stuff like that. Like you want to be able to access and relate to all of these energies and sense them to make you a better practitioner. If you are not a beginner and you're more advanced in your spiritual journey but still find yourself watching this video, I will say that like benefit from learning energy communication is just being more in tune with the language of the universe, because energy is the language of the universe. Think about it, it's how you get used to working with herbs, with plants, animals, the earth itself, just through energy work alone, because like I said, it goes without words, it goes without saying, it's just a feeling. Now, I also want to add that as you're working with these energies and you're working with the chakras, you may also start working with seeing auras too. Now, it's not like a big deal to immediately start off with seeing auras or anything like that. And personally, I feel like aura reading can be helpful, I'm sure, but you have to know like where to draw the line between like getting into someone's personal stuff and like, you know, not being in their personal stuff. So like take that with a grain of salt, learn auras with a grain of salt. Maybe eventually I'll do a more in-depth video on auras, but for now we're just going to focus on the chakras. Where I was going with that is that the chakras correspond to different layers of your aura, so that is something that you will want to keep in mind as you continue to grow in your journey, because if you do start to see auras and pick up on auras, you'll be able to see like if there's like any imbalances in a chakra just by looking at someone, because it'll show up in their aura. All right, so here are the 7 chakras and their locations within the body. I will say, as you look at these chakras, imagine your body in a 3D plane, and you're gonna want to see like imaginary vertical running through your body, particularly along your spine, and you're gonna have the 7 spinning energy wheels going from the tailbone, the tip of your tailbone, all the way up to the top of your skull. So, with that being said, you have the root chakra, which is located at the base of your spine. It's like on your tailbone, but it'll be more centered within your body. which I believe the tailbone is a little bit more centered within the body, not just like the tail end of your spine, it kind of curls under. Then you also have your sacral chakra, which is the second chakra. That chakra is located just underneath your navel, about, I want to say 2 inches to maybe 2 finger lengths. Then after that, you have your solar plexus chakra, which is located just right in the middle of your body, in your sternum area. I would say probably like where your diaphragm would be situated with your lungs and your sternum, like in that kind of cross section. Then you have your heart chakra, which is located just where your heart is located, actually in your body. So that is like one energy system, so that one's easy to find. Your throat chakra is where your vocal cords are. Then you have your third eye chakra, which is between your eyebrows. In particular, it corresponds with the pineal gland, which if there's a cross section done of your skull, you do see the pineal gland like located directly in the center of your brain. The last chakra of the main chakra system is going to be your crown chakra, which is located at the top of your head, just like right in the middle, just above the third eye, like in the planar sense. Unlike the rest of your chakras, which are more located in your body, this one's like kind of located like just out, like on the cusp of being like almost outside of you, but not quite, in particular like outside of you. It's like located on you, I guess would be the way to say it. Now, like I said, there are other chakras within your energetic field. I want to say there's like 2 more above you and 2 more beneath your feet, but like I said, I won't go over that in this video. I'm still kind of learning about those as well. And most mainstream focuses on energy work will focus on the 7 main chakras. Now, I want to let you know that chakras can be balanced, unbalanced, overactive, or underactive. And I will be going over like how to tell if something's imbalanced or over or under reactive in my more in-depth chakra videos. This one is just, again, a large summary of the chakras, because like it is a good, like I said, I want to make sure that you guys have a good basis to start your studies on this type of thing. Another thing I bring up working with the chakras is because, and I'll kind of go over this, I believe, in another video when I talk about the book, The Psychic Witch. I want to give you guys tips and tricks that will work without any tools. The reason I say that is because you're going to find that you yourself are your most important tool to work with. Other tools are just embellishments and like nice little add-ons, but you don't really need them to do any of your workings. And you also may not be able to afford tools when you just start out. Like, it's a recession out here. I don't really expect you guys to be out here spending money to get started on your spiritual journey. And I also want to like emphasize that money should not be a barrier to your spiritual journey. Sure, you may not be able to get crystals, you may not be able to get tarot cards or anything like that, but like I said, those are all just tools. The main thing that you need for your spiritual journey is yourself. Now, as a newly awakened divinity, meditation is going to be one of the first practices that you pick up and start to incorporate in your life. If I do not have it out by now, I will be having in the works of a video on just like some simple basic habits that you can start incorporating into your life for starting your spiritual journey, because you will kind of start feeling yourself find interest in these habits and like adding these habits to your day just to feel a little bit better grounded and more at peace or at home with like what's going on in your life when you start going through your spiritual awakening or when you like first wake up. Now, the reason I bring up meditation is because connecting with the chakras will best be done through meditation, just because they're a focus point for meditation. And in meditation, like, it's not so much clearing your mind. Different types of meditation, and a lot of times you're looking at meditation as an observer, but you can also meditate on like the specific chakras, and doing that will bring them back into balance and will also help you sense them. Using the chakra as focus points during meditation, such as imagining them as they're spinning discs within your body and their corresponding color, will also get you used to visualization, which is a super important technique that you're going to want to know, especially if you get into energy work, is being able to visualize balls of energy, whether you create them yourself or you draw on energy from anything else or any other outside force. And as you learn, you'll see how like a lot of these practices tie together like some giant spaghetti monster. If you know that reference, you know. Get started with centering your chakras, especially like when you start meditating as well, or incorporating the chakras as part of your meditation. You want to make sure that you're focusing on one at a time. And like I said before, each chakra corresponds to a color. And in order for the chakra to operate correctly, they have to be going in a clockwise motion. Now, I know from like here, it looks like I'm going counterclockwise to you guys, but like for me and my body, this is clockwise. So you're gonna want it to look clockwise to you, because clockwise is the direction that is bringing something in. A lot with like spirituality and stirring drinks. If you're trying to invoke something or bring something in, and then you do counterclockwise will be the imbalance or banishing. I don't recommend trying to get your chakras to spin like counterclockwise. As you're learning your chakras, you may get a different sense of which direction they go. If yours go in a different direction, then do not feel bad, and do not think that like my word is law, because like I'm just regurgitating to you guys information that I learned, and want to emphasize that I think it's important that you guys are able to think for yourselves and work according to your intuition as opposed to whatever information I have for you. Again, chakra meditation. So when you start meditating, you'll want to focus on each individual chakra location. It may help to visualize the corresponding color. So like your root chakra is red, your sacral chakra is orange, your solar plexus chakra is yellow, your heart chakra is green, your throat chakra is blue, the third eye chakra is indigo, and the crown chakra is purple. By visualizing those colors in that specific area of the body, you'll get a better sense of where those chakras are within your body and be able to kind of feel them out while you meditate. Then once you have finished your meditation, I would totally recommend like clapping your hands or rubbing your hands together, and then just like prior to you starting to move and like move on to the next task or project of your day, just placing your hands near that chakra area, and you'll probably be able to feel the chakra. And the reason I say that is because after you've put that focus and concentration on that chakra, it's going to of course like make you more sensitive to it being there, and boom, like that, now you can go be a Reiki master. I'm actually kidding, please don't. Like, if Reiki's your thing, then go for it. Like, if you feel like you're being led to do Reiki healing, I mean, all power to you. Especially since, like, some of this information is definitely going to be, like, a bit of a beginning situation for Reiki. Practice and getting used to your chakras does branch out to many other paths. Now, that being said, other paths that this could include would be, like, cleansing objects, energy sensing, as I mentioned, Reiki basics. You can charge stuff, but I use Reiki as like the example of energy work because that is the most well-known mainstream form of energy work. However, Reiki requires like different attunements and stuff like that. So the energy work is possible without doing Reiki specifically. However, I'm still learning, and I'm still learning on my spiritual path how to work with energy, and I know that you guys, of course, will also still be learning. I mean, even the more skilled people are still learning on practicing with energy and stuff like that. Like, that's why it's called practice. If you don't feel like interested in Reiki, but you want to do like other forms of energy healing, then go for it. Like I said, there are different types. One tip that I probably should say for the end, but I did not. One tip for getting used to your energy is picking up the practice of Tai Chi. Tai Chi helps you get a better knowledge of sensing the energies and moving the energy within your body. Now, before I let you guys go with that information, don't like take this information, just immediately start applying it to like charging objects or things like that. Cause like I have done that more or less. Like I've kind of been able to feel my way through my spiritual journey, and just the things that I've picked up say that you don't want to just start charging objects and things is because you'll start to feel yourself like wearing down because you're using your own energy. Whereas if you're just sensing your own energy, that's not a problem. But if you start charging things, then it's like you're a battery. Imagine yourself as a battery and you're putting your power into something, and then you run out and need to recharge. So then you may need a nap afterwards, or you may get hungry, something like that. Always, I will have future videos just kind of like going over visualizations, so that way like you find other sources of energy to draw from, so that way you're not just draining your own. So make sure you guys hit the bell notifications, press subscribe, press the like button, so that way you guys are going to be notified of when that video drops when I have that ready. I do want to go back to saying why I think that chakra work is important when you first start your journey. Another thing is balancing your chakras is key to being able to work through your spiritual abilities. Now I know everyone's like super into how do I open my third eye or how do I access my third eye and stuff like that. Like, don't jump into that because you may end up regretting it. And the other thing is, your chakras all feed off of one another. And so if you have weaker lower chakras, but your higher chakras are overactive or underactive because of the imbalance in the lower chakras, that could cause problems. Or if your lower chakras are overactive and your upper chakras are underactive, that could also cause problems. One chakra being off messes up the rest of them. Kind of like if you were to like, you need to go to the chiropractor. So think of it as like chiropractor, but like for energy work. I would also recommend the chakra area study just because it will definitely help you get more, it'll definitely give you an avenue of study, and the chakras do get referenced a lot, and a variety of other spiritual works that you may end up finding yourself in. That being said, I think that chakra work is extremely important to start at the beginning of your journey, along with other things, which is why I do these videos for you guys, so that way you guys can figure out what things are interesting to you, but also build a good foundation. Like I said, foundation for the newly awakened, to build a better spiritual foundation. But I also know that not everyone has the luxury of meditating with Tibetan monks 24/7 in order to reach enlightenment, so that's why I'm trying to make this into like a quick video that you can pick up in digestible pieces, but also like have it open so that I can expand on it more for as you go along your journey and get more advanced. Now, as I mentioned before, each of the chakras corresponds with one of the colors. It's really easy to remember if you just think of the colors of the rainbow. So red for root, orange for sacral, yellow for solar plexus, green for heart, blue for the throat, indigo for third eye, and the purple for the crown. If you're looking for like just a simple way to like incorporate chakra work into your daily life, if you're someone that likes wearing a bunch of different colors, unlike myself who prefers to be in all black, as you can see, wearing the colors will help you with bringing those chakras in balance if you feel like you need to wear them, especially if you feel like you've been gravitating towards like a specific color as of late. It may be like your chakra just needing that support. It's also like a good rule of thumb for the colors as well when it applies to getting crystals for whichever corresponding chakra, because in particular usually the color is going to match up with the chakra. However, if you are limited by finances, the only crystal you're going to need is clear quartz, because that one corresponds with all of your chakras. It can be substituted for any crystal, and it can also help amplify any intentions. So that would be like the top of my list if you have some spare change. If you don't have spare change to get clear quartz, it's not a big deal. You can still do this without spending money. Once I feel like I've adequately covered like the basics of your chakra, I will do a video on like different crystals for each chakra, as opposed to including it in the chakra specific videos, because like I already typed up scripts for those and it's just way too long, and I really don't want to like bore you guys to death. Now, the other low effort tip I have for you for getting your chakras right would be to listen to sound bowl music throughout your day, like whether it's just in your headphones or just playing in the background. You can play sound bowls to correspond with each chakra. I do have a playlist of that, which I'll link up in the cards, so I definitely recommend checking it out, just because each chakra corresponds to like a specific day as well. So the way I have the playlist ordered is by starting with Sunday. Like Sunday starts with the crown chakra, and then it goes all the way to Saturday. You can play each video in succession for each day, and I believe they're like 3 hours long. You can put them on repeat or however you want to do that. But like if you're doing nothing and just reading all day, or like you have a day off of work, or if you're doing something that like you can have background music for, then I definitely recommend playing the sound bowls, just because they do help with relaxing but also bring your chakras into balance. And I also like the idea of sound bowls is because, like, as someone with depression and anxiety, and I'm sure many of you guys deal with that as well, sometimes you don't have enough spoons and you have a lot of forks. So by just giving you the tip of playing it in the background, to me it's just like the simplest thing that you can do, because you can easily just set it on your phone or you're on your TV, however you want to do it, or on your computer, your laptop, however you are watching this video. If you're watching this video, I'm assuming you have YouTube, so you can just set it as a background thing and then just have it play. Like, I totally get it if you're trying to maximize your productivity, or you're just having a day where you can't get out of bed. It makes a lot of sense, and it's totally like either reason is legitimate and valid, and I don't want to like diminish anyone or shame anyone just because they may feel better one day and not feel okay another day and stuff like that. I want to make sure that like I give you guys tips that are more practical, that allow you to accommodate whatever needs that you need accommodated, while also still allowing you to grow in your spiritual journey. So I do want to say thank you for watching Divinities. Be sure to check out my other videos. I linked a whole bunch of videos throughout this video. Also, they will be linked in the comments below. And make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell notification so you get the notifications when I start posting the videos on each separate chakra, going into them in more detail than what I have covered in this video. I will also be covering other low effort ways to support each chakra, so again, you want to make sure you're watching for that. Please leave a thumbs up if you like this video and want to see more content from me. Please make sure to leave a comment as well. I definitely appreciate it. If you made it to the end of the video, please leave a black heart comment, just because those are the ones that I prefer. However, if you want to leave a different emoji, you're more than welcome to do so. I appreciate you guys' view time and watch time. I am posting this after I've made 1,000 followers on TikTok, so I do want to thank you guys a lot for getting me to 1,000 on TikTok, because I know a lot of you are coming to my YouTube channel from the TikTok. I've been pushing a lot of you from TikTok over to my YouTube channel to check out my YouTube channel. So I definitely appreciate that, and I hope to speak with all of you guys soon. I do try to make sure I'm interacting with you guys, so like if you guys get a message from me and it's got like my socials links and stuff like that, it's not spam. I promise it's not spam. It's just I'm trying to connect with you guys, make sure I have all my platforms covered, and all of the content varies between each platform. I want to make sure that you guys get the most out of anything I have to teach you guys, or any knowledge that I may feel like I need to spread that day. So thank you again for watching Divinities, and I hope you stay blessed. Bye.